I'm a man who likes experimentation. Okay, I'm a man of science, kind of. Okay, I don't like spreadsheets. I'm not really into that whole breaking down the intricacies and details of the min-maxing math, but I do like a good experiment. And well, there's just a few people in the comments that have been kind of repetitively telling me I'm doing things wrong. So I'm going to put you to the test in this video. We're going to be debunking this whole thing where it's like, you should just get one expensive car instead of many inexpensive cars. You'll make more money. No, you won't. You're wasting your time with all these little ones. No, I'm not. And I'm going to show you that in this video right now. We have $36,000 to spend, and we're going to try our best to make this as scientific as we possibly can, which means we're going to be trying to aim for a roughly the same amount of money spent on things, okay? So I'm going to go into the dealership right now. And we're going to go to the computer. They now have a filter for me. Thank you for adding this. I don't think they added it for me necessarily, but it's going to help a lot of other people too. There's a visual indication filter now we can do. So let's go to poor condition. There we go. Okay. So we're looking for all these different vehicles. I'm going to select this one here. Ammonia Vehicles Largo. 31,650 is what it is. So this is our target. We're going to try our best to hit around this amount of money when we spend money on cars. Okay, so poor visual condition, not drivable, etc. Let's go ahead and set up the meeting. Now I have this other vehicle here, probably the worst towing vehicle you could pick. Probably I would say it is the worst vehicle in the game for towing another vehicle is the Largo, because man, it has like zero turning radius. It just can't turn at all. So it's gonna be hard to maneuver things. But anyway, this is another Largo right here. Right, I think it's 31,000, 32,000, whatever ish dollars. Obviously, you could spreadsheet this if you want to. Feel free to do all the sciencey stuff in the comments and whatever, and you can tell me things. But we're just going to look at things. So currently, right now, we have $36,316. That is our starting amount of money that we're going to look at here. Okay. Now, when we look at the value of these cars and determine whether it's worth more time or whether it's more worth our time to do one vehicle like this or many vehicle for the same amount of money, we need to look at market value. We can't control, for example, what the people want us to spend on a vehicle. Okay. So we're going to look at market value and how it rises over time as we express things. Okay. So for example, here we have 33,672 as our market value. This is, for this experiment, that is the value of this vehicle, okay? When we are done fixing it up, we can go all 100% if you want to. Let's just go extreme with it. When we're done fixing it up, we will see what the market value of this car is, and we will compare it to what it started as. That's the difference that we were able to make in market value, and that will be what our overall profit, quote unquote, is for this experiment, okay? So 33,672 is what it's currently worth. Now, again, they want way under that. I can't control that on a car-to-car basis in the game. Neither can you. So if you find really great deals, that's great. But for the purposes of this, we're going to target market value since that's the only consistent we can have in the game. And the game is going to determine market value on the same parameters for every single vehicle. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So we're going to put this to bed right now in this video. I hope you guys are having a great day. This thing is squirrely. Oh, now you can turn. Yeah, now you have too much turning radius, you squirrely little shit. Oh my God, it's... Okay, we're gonna get this in here. The whole goal is to make this drivable. Now, we have two misconceptions here that just keep proliferating, so that's why I'm gonna target this. One is that I would make more money by targeting a single expensive vehicle over having many inexpensive vehicles. The other is that I'm wasting my time doing the smaller vehicles in this manner, going through more volume. So I'm intentionally doing this late at night. We cannot sell cars now. So we have, in our ability now, we have basically all night to work on a car or on a single vehicle, okay? So the task in front of us is to make this vehicle as good as we can be, okay? So I'm going to put 100% parts in as I can. I've got 26. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll rip this right out of here. We'll go 100% on that one too. Why not? I'm really going to drill this home, all right? I'm going to put a really maxed out car in here just to emphasize what I'm talking about, because I think people are just not quite understanding the economics behind this and why volume is superior to having a few premium cars. Now, I have said from the very beginning, I have never deviated from this ever. If you can have many premium cars, then of course you are going to make more money overall. You have limited resources and time and management of people and all that stuff. And so if you can have many premium cars, then you are still better off. But with the same amount of money, the budget is what I'm looking at. When you spend $30,000 on one car, or you spend $30,000 on, let's say, 8 cars, you will make more money with the 8 cars for that $30,000 than you will with the one car for $30,000. That was what I've been saying for like the whole time, right? It is the whole economies of scale thing. It's the whole thing where you make a higher margin on the lower cars, and therefore, if you are making a higher margin, the same investment, you will make more profit. It does take more time, but that is not to say it is a waste of time. Notice the time in the upper corner. We have no ability right now to sell vehicles. I can't sell them. I can only obtain them and fix them during the night. So the same amount of time is being spent overnight on this car, right? That's what we're looking at here. Why am I disassemble? Here we go. All right, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. Let's put all these in here. So I'm going to restore this vehicle to 100%. Well, as close as I can. I may not have the parts for a complete 100%. Like the engine, for example, I can't touch. But I can touch things like the exhaust manifold, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of this for this vehicle tonight. And I'll bring you back in when it's done, and you can see what time it is and all that stuff, okay? Be right back. All right, odometer rolled back. Time, it is midnight 53 or 12:53 a.m., okay? 12:53 a.m., and this car is perfect and ready to go on the lot. All right? Now, I've got the whole night left, and I can't sell anything. I can't work on anything. I mean, I have my Gopher car, right? But, like, we're using this as a controlled experiment. One vehicle, I'm done now. Wasn't even 1 a.m. and I can't do anything here, okay? Total market value of the vehicle, $50,000. All right. We have risen. The value of this vehicle has gone from 33.6 to 50.1. Now, of course, I can't do engine, radiator, clutch, etc. I can't do that stuff with this part. So we're not going to do that with other cars either, okay? 50,157 is maxed out. That's with fixing everything. All the parts at 100% and all the cost that's associated and time that's associated with having all these parts at 100% being refurbished. If I had purchased, that was another comment I had, is like, why don't you just buy new parts? All this time is being wasted on things. Okay, if I had purchased all of those parts at 100% to bring that up there, this would be about $8,500 worth of parts is what I just would have spent, right? There's a lot of stuff here that's expensive. You got $200 for each shock absorber. You got brake calipers are like $100 a pop. Discs and stuff are there. Manifold, catalytic converters, tailpipes, etc. These are all at 100%. Probably 85 is probably a bit of a stretch. Probably more like whatever, like it might be $5,000. We'll have to actually experiment with that too. We'll have to see. I don't remember the prices. So, before the end of this video, I'm going to run through all the prices, and, you can see them on camera, and then you can add them up, all right? Just to bring all of the parts into the green, which you can't do at 79%, 77%, whatever. Buying brand new parts, they're going to be 100%. And that's not going to have a huge difference. The difference, like the 20% here, the 20% here, that's coming through a little bits at a time. There's probably, maybe $200 additional value, maybe not even like $100 additional value that's going to come from making these 100% instead of 77. These ones here, of course, are hitting the value, but it's fine. So this vehicle is a great example of one where you can fix it all up, put all that time into it, not that much time, 4 hours in game into it, and you essentially make what's the total here? $17,000 of value. So I can slap an $80,000 price tag on this thing, and it's in the red, and whatever. But if you're negotiating and stuff, yeah, you'll get all that. But without negotiation, market value increase is about 20 grand. So let's go ahead and sell this thing. But in order to really do that, I'm gonna kind of need to just like sleep on the couch now. I got nothing I can do for the rest of the night. I'm going to go ahead and just like mess with my gopher car because that's something I can do. I can get this thing on the road, at least. I don't know what mechanically is wrong with it, but I can work on this one in the meantime. But once this vehicle is sold, we'll then do the same experiment, spending $31,600, I think is what it was, or $31,350 maybe is what it was. I forget, but we're gonna spend that much money on on a whole bunch of little cars, and we'll do all the work on those, and we'll see what kind of money we get from that. So in the meantime, this little gopher car here needs worked on. So yeah, some stuff to do here. I'm gonna get that done. I'll be right back. All right, lot car is completed. I'll go ahead and do the scan on that one now, so you can see how that one's changed here. I didn't really bother to go 100% on everything here, but I changed out most of the bad parts. We're up to 26,484 on this one. So let's go back to here. We're gonna go ahead and list this car as well. There we go, and we'll go ahead and get Largo like that, and I don't know, we'll put like a $40,000 price tag on it, because I'd like to sell one of these things quick so I can get on with the second part of my experiment. I need money to do that. So yeah, I probably could, I could walk over to the hardware store and get more license plate things, but again, it's 3%. Is it a meaningful amount of money on that car? On this car here, it's about $1,500 or so, right? That's just math. 3% of 50K, right? And then we look at this one here. It's probably like, what, $700? So I'm like missing out on, I don't know, less than $3,000 on both of these by not having the license plates replaced on them, which is a significant amount of money. But I'd really like to sell them right now instead of having this day go on. But I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get the license plate thing. I'll relist them. And, maybe it'll be better. I don't have a vehicle if I'm going to relist them, I might as well just drive one of them, right? If I have to take them off of the internet for sale, then I might as well drive one of them away. So this person may actually want to buy this car because that one's in the yellow on its listing. So had somebody else with the idea of maybe list them at market price and you'll get market price more often instead of getting under market price. And that's an idea. It sure is an idea. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, but we could give it a try at some point here. That one's still listed. Okay, so I'm going to drive this one over to the hardware store. I'm going to pick up, like, I don't know, man, 30 license plate kits, pick up a whole bunch of them just so I got them here. And because if we're going to do higher end cars, then great. But just to keep things consistent, well, we need to evaluate the cost of everything, right? So we're going to go to the hardware store anyway, so you can see the brand new part cost of everything that's there. And if anyone wants to pause the video, you can do that, right? So shock absorbers are $200 a pop. I replaced 4 of them, so that's $800 already just by those. Brake discs, another $200. There's another $800 in repairs if you're buying them brand new, right? So that's $1,600 already. 4 brake calipers were replaced. 2 suspension pins. The exhaust manifold was replaced. It's another $300. I replaced the catalytic converter, the exhaust muffler, the resonator. All those things needed to be replaced in that car. The battery was swapped out in that car. I think I swapped the tailpipe too. We're going to bring this back up to... Can't hold it down, huh? Okay, I'll click it. Yeah, we'll buy 20 of them. That's cool. And then we'll take this back to the dealership. We'll upgrade both of the plates on both these cars. It doesn't increase the market value. It just makes it more likely to sell for a higher price. And it's hard to gauge that. It's hard to really assess that scientifically without more samples, right? You can't do that from one car. You got to do that with, hundreds of cars over many, 1,000 hours of play or something like that to average it out. Because every customer is going to offer you a different price. So if the market value doesn't rise and you're only getting a 3% increase in the likeliness of, the offers and such, that's a little harder to gauge. But I can't swap that while it's currently for sale. So I'm going to swap these license plates. I'll just do this right here. Restore the plates. There we go. I want to also put all the parts in my inventory too, right? Take them out of the trunk here. There we go. And I'll swap these cars out and we'll try to sell them. And of course, because I'm focusing on fewer or a single, more expensive vehicle, I have nothing to do during the day. I can't play the game. I don't have anything to work on. This is not a waste of my time. This is a waste of my time. I'm doing nothing productive right now while waiting for this car to sell. All right, so this car right here, we are going to look at 51,881 is what we end up selling it for. And that gets me the money that I need to continue on with this. It gives me 124 plus reputation, by the way. I don't know if anyone wants to keep track of that. You can. I assume the spreadsheet nerds will do this because I don't want to. Okay, I have no fun with those types of things. But if you are somebody that does that, then by all means, you can keep track of the reputation gain that's associated with this experiment as well, if you'd like to. Okay, so the next thing to do is to find $31,400, whatever it was, of inventory, all right? And we can fudge the numbers a little bit there. It can be 32,000. It can be, whatever, because I rounded up the other car too, so whatever. It's a general thing. So when we're looking at cars that we might be able to work on to get the same kind of value for them, we're looking at things that are in poor condition, hopefully. And we got a bunch of different cars here. Here's an NGD Pulse that's in poor condition. I like it. We can go ahead and look at that. We can take a look. That's one car, right? I want my filters to stay on, though. That'd be nice. Looks like this Off-Rider Boulder. Probably go ahead. That's actually on my favorites list already. So I'm going to try to I want to keep the cost of each car down. This one here is a little expensive. So if it's going to be down there, I have to make sure that it actually works for my purposes here. But like this Off-Rider Boulder is 96.50. So that might be okay. I don't know what the actual market value of it is. It's pretty close. I think I can probably get away with this one. Yeah, we can schedule that meeting, I guess. Let's go back up to the top. I know. Use your favorites list instead. I want to actually see the car, though. This Boulder here is in poor condition as well. Seems like it's in an okay shape. Again, I wanted to keep the actual vehicle costs down lower than this, but these are the only ones that are in poor condition. If I switch to treated, we might be skewing the results on the science a little bit here because now we're comparing a poor quality, really high-end vehicle to vehicles that are on the lower end that weren't in as bad of quality, right? You can't implement as much change on them, but trying to keep them consistent, that's the idea, is trying to keep them consistent. So perhaps I will focus only on, and to be honest, you can probably assess this by just looking at one car and being like, look, if you had 6 of those or 7 of those, right, you could probably do that too. But we'll take a look at it anyway like this. So I'll grab this Boulder here, I guess, too. So we have a couple of cars here. That's not $31,000 worth of inventory yet, but it's something. So all of those are not drivable, correct? So I will actually need to haul them over here. Yeah, all of those are not drivable. So we're gonna have to take this car, take the ad away on that car before somebody wants to buy it, per my rules here. And we're gonna go get that trailer. This is in great shape now, but it doesn't mean it's going to drive well. It's just a part of this. It's just the handling on this vehicle specifically sucks. It just, don't drive Largos. They're horrible handling. You're going to hate every second of it. It's a luxury sedan that I hate to drive. All right, let's back this trailer up to this. Okay, there we go. And we'll just pause right there. All right, so scanner. What is the market value of this vehicle? It's currently at 98.69. Well, you're way under. I like it. Cool. 81,000 or 8,100. So we'll grab this, take this back to the dealership. And again, I'm going to let you guys crunch the numbers on this, but I'm overwhelmingly confident that our market value impact on many lower cars is going to be greater than one high car. For the same amount of investment. That's the thing. The same amount of investment is being made. Oh my God. You got to stop this, Largo. You got to stop it. You got to. Right. That's fine. All right. Let's go get another one. Let's go ahead and... That's not the view I should have for this particular exercise. Go ahead and get this NGD. I was hoping to get a few more of these. These ones right here are the ones I thought were really going to be advantageous for this challenge, for this little example. So this one's worth $51.54. They're currently asking $4,800. Yeah. I like it, so we'll go ahead and grab that. So now I've spent, what, 12 grand? 4,800 is 13 grand total now. Pretty close to that, right? I guess technically it's 12.9, but we're kind of rounding and stuff here. Kind of doing a rounding thing because, again, the specifics on how different cars are priced and everything in the game are going to fluctuate with everybody a little bit. So, like, depending on the parts and the conditions, etc., etc. We'll go ahead and drop this car here. Go off and get the other one. And the price you can negotiate for and all that stuff is very dependent on, you know, the customer that's in front of you. So that's why we're omitting that in our results here. You can get a really good customer that just gives you 100% of the value. You can get one that just won't budge. If you wait long enough, you'll just get your sticker, right? So, like, the market, again, I have to reiterate this because it will be a proliferated thing. There are just some people that refuse to stop moving goalposts. Market value is the only thing that matters in this experiment. It's not what you sell it for. All right, so 11220 is what this vehicle is worth, and I spent $96.50. Great. Okay. And then there's inevitably going to be confusion on this too, because now you're like, hey, why are you paying attention to what you're actually paying, but you're telling us to the market value? Okay, so it's about the change in market value. It's not about, I have to say this. I know you think I'm just repeating myself. I don't have to say it. Trust me, I've been around YouTube for a decade. I can tell you without a doubt, I have to say it because people will do this. They just won't, they'll just ignore it. Why did I not pick that up? Wait a minute. Did I not pick up the car? Did I drive away without picking up the car? But it was on the ramp, wasn't it? Wasn't it on the ramp? I could have swore it was on the ramp. All right, well, if it's not on the ramp, let's go back and get it. I'm not sure how that happened. I could have swore I had that thing on the ramp. I would have put money on it. I would have lost that money. Okay, well, we'll get it back. Come on. Ooh, boy. That's squirrely. That's real squirrely, but we got her under control. All right, that's on the ramp. Get up. You'll be fine. Oh, boy. Can you tell I'm a dad? People fall down. I'm just like, get up. You're all right. Shake it off. You'll be fine. These are things that things like that, and the tone, that's just something dads say. You can tell someone's a parent by how they talk like that to their kids. All right, so this total spend, right? This is, again, this is reiterating. I have to. I'm sorry if you think I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. I have to. It's just the way it goes. The total spend on these vehicles right here, we were at 12.9, and then I spent, what did I spend on this car? We were at 12.9. Now we're at $24,000. We'll just round it, right? We're rounding here. 24 grand is what I've spent on these three. Okay. So, like, I still got 7 grand to go. Let's find another car. Now, I probably can't find one that's in poor condition now because they're all high priced on that. I could maybe get away with going into this 10. This is kind of, it's like I'm going higher than the value, right? I'm going higher than the parameters of my own little experiment here. So I can't do that one, but we can go for a treated one just to see if there's something a bit more in the price range. I got $7,000 left. Can we accept the 7,500 Boulder as a good example of what we need to do? Can we accept that? I think we can accept that. The 7,500 one here is close enough to get the point across, I think. All right, well, back in here, we'll get this. And then we're going to do some math. I know some of you guys love this. You guys love math. They do. I'm a fan of math, but I don't really like doing it. I'm a fan of it where I see the numbers and I go, oh, that works. But I don't want to be the one that crunches them to get to that number. I'm not a fan of that process, okay? This one's worth $8,210, and we're paying $7,500 for it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna bring this back to the dealership. I've done no work on any of these cars yet, so they are exactly the way they were before. So I'm gonna bring this out. I'm gonna get that away and get that away. I'm gonna put this on the lot so I can potentially sell it because I won't need it after this. I already have a boulder in the thing, so we're gonna get this thing. Plates replaced. Plates replaced. Okay. Plates replaced. So we have what? 3 boulders. 3 boulders and an NGD. I was hoping to get a lot more NGDs, but it's okay. All right, so we're gonna list this one for sale really quick. Let's get this on the market. We'll put a $41,000 price tag on it. I don't care. Oh, he's putting it in the yellow. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my, I can't believe it. Why is he doing this? He's leaving money on the table. Oh my god! Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Why? What? The pictures are wild there. What the heck happened there? Well, fine. We'll go $45,000. You happy with that? There you go. I put it in the red. Let's take a look. Do your math if you'd like to. All you number crunchers out there, here you go. I spent the same amount of money on these 4 cars as I did on the 1 car. Okay? What we're looking for here is when I work on these cars and I restore them, and I won't necessarily put 100% parts in each of these either, by the way. I just did it for the expensive one just to really drive it in there, okay? Really ramp that up as hard as I could to give that thing a chance to beat this. I don't think it'll beat it, but I wanted to give it a chance. So the market value of this vehicle is $98.69. Or scribble that down, write that down, okay? $98.69, okay? This one over here is $51.54. Okay, $51.54. This one here, looking at $11,220. Okay, $11,220. And the final one, the treated one, which is a little bit bad to put a treated one here because the other one was poor and I wanted all poor cars, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's $82.10. Okay, that's the market value. If the market value of these cars collectively added together increases by more, then this is more worth my time. Does that make sense? The same amount of investment of money that I put into the inventory yielded these 4 cars instead of the 1. And then when I'm done fixing them and I'm done repairing them and all these things, if the combined market value increase of all of these vehicles is greater, then that is worth my time. That's how that works. You can also look at the reputation gain that we got, which was 124 for the single car. Do I gain more reputation by doing these 4? That's another thing to consider. So I'm going to work on these so I can get that done. Okay, so it's 7 a.m. Dealership just opened. And importantly, I had something to do all night. There was no wasted time standing around with nothing to work on. I had something to work on all night. I've rolled back the odometers of these 3 trucks. The NGD is not done yet, so I still have things to do. And the thing is, you can keep working on things while things are for sale, right? You can keep working. So let's take a look at the market values of these cars right now. So if I take a, oh, hang on. Before I do that, I have to take pictures because otherwise it's not a fair comparison. You gotta have it after the pictures like the other one was. So we'll go ahead and put this on the lot like this. Let's go ahead and get the pictures. There we go. And then we're gonna come over with this one here. Put this one on the lot too. Ooh, yeah, they still have no brakes. And you'll notice that when we scan these things, that I haven't replaced all the parts, right? I've only replaced the parts that were bad, which, you know, I mean, they were in bad condition, so there was a lot of parts that were bad. But not every part is 100%. Not every part is in the green like the big premium one was. So take that into account as well. We'll just go ahead and take a picture of this thing in place. There we go. Yep, and we're just going to pull this thing right up in here. There we go. The lot looks a little bit better with having many cars there, too. Now, you guys have the numbers. I don't have it in front of me right now, so we'll just, you know, maybe I'll put it on the screen in case you're not following along. It's fine. So the market value for this car is $14,360. Okay? I believe that went up by about $5,000. That's what I believe that we did. I don't know, but I think it did. And again, that's with not 100% parts, right? I didn't make everything green on this one. Come over here, scan this car. Market value is at $12,935. Okay, again, not every part is green. $12,935 for this vehicle. Okay. And you're mostly, you're just kind of like paying attention to the total market value of all the cars, basically. So this one here is at $16,697. Again, not every part is 100% parts. I probably could have replaced the fuses, though. That's my bad. Okay, so that's those cars. And then the NGD is still not done yet. So I still need to work on that. And then we'll get an assessment of the total market value of everything else. But I have to sell it first. So I have to sell both of these. So we've scanned them. You know what they are. There's a record of it now. So yeah. Anyway, I will sell this one for $11,706. Nice. Reputation gain on that was 111 reputation.
Okay.
Keep in mind, the vehicle I sold before, okay, that was 124 reputation gain. That for one car. I now got 111 for just that car. Okay? Just going to offer me the price. But again, the market value, not the sale price. The market value is the price we're going by. And this is why we're doing it that way. 131 reputation for that one. Okay. So I have to work on this, and then we'll assess that, and we'll be right back. All right, somebody's interested in buying the car, so let's go and check that out really quick. And yep, there's our vehicle here. Real quick scan here, just so we can get that record. So these are the numbers for this one. 16,697 is the market value for that car. He's gonna offer me 15. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's how that worked. I'm gonna go again get this thing repaired. I already swapped out a couple of things. Okay, so I actually tried to roll this odometer back, and I went over to this digit, and I just started holding it down, and this needle went all the way to here, and it still didn't roll down. So like effectively, I've done nothing to this odometer because of that. I got a little bit, but that's it. I wasn't able to move this digit. And that I'm gonna leave it there. it's crazy. I have somebody that wants to buy the car that's out here. So this is not part of the test. This is that lot car that I had before that I fixed it up so I could sell it, but I need to show the numbers anyway because it's a challenge. So here you go. 28,513 is the market value, and we're gonna get 27,800 for it. That's not bad. That's pretty good actually. I like that. So now I'm at the point, right, where I've got enough capital to invest in multiple higher end cars, right? And this is the part where, yes, of course, it makes more sense to get more cars that are higher value. Of course it does, right? Like that's never been debated ever. But when you don't have a lot of money, it's better to have more inventory. And this is, I think, doubly true for if you have employees. I don't have any employees right now, right? If I could go through like 8 cars in a day because I had somebody to do the body shop work and the wash and all that stuff instead, that would be really great. Because if you are basically having all of your employees, you're paying them every day. And if you're basically paying them, but you only have one car, well, I mean, now you get to just take them off station, right? And the way this game works, and I don't like it, but that's the way it is. The way this game works is if you take them off the station for a complete day, then you don't have to pay them for that day. It's like giving them a day off. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I get that. I get why you wouldn't pay them if you take them off station like that. But I think that can be manipulated a little bit unrealistically in the sense that you could hire somebody and then have them work never until you get a whole bunch of cars, and then you can have them work for one day, and then like nobody agrees to employment terms like that is what I'm saying. So there's your finalized value right there. Okay. 8455 is what I got it to. Again, not putting 100% parts and everything. And it took me about 3 times ish as long in-game time. It took me about 3 times as long to do those 4 cars as it did to do the 1. Right. Well, that makes sense, right? I had 4 times the vehicles, but all of those vehicles didn't have 100% of their parts replaced. So it kind of makes sense that it would take 3 times longer to do that. And that's around what it was. Actually, real quick, hang on. This guy wants to buy the car, so I'm just gonna sell it right now, and then we'll run the numbers. Okay. So we got all this. 8455 is what that's worth. He wants it for 74. Okay. So I'm looking at it, right? And you can see the reputation gain. We gained way more reputation with those 4 cars than we did with the 1 sale. Okay, that's abundantly clear. We gained over 3 times the reputation by doing it that way. So if you need reputation to go up, definitely smaller cars, more of them definitely helps and plays a role. We'll look at the concrete so it's not distracting here. So here are the numbers on the screen. Okay, here we go. So I've also paused and went through the recordings to take a look at things just so I could see how it all breaks down. The market value of our high-end car was $33,672. Market value at sale was $50,157. That equals a market value add of $16,485. That's what we gained in the market value. Now, the sold price, none of that stuff actually matters. You're haggling, the different customers, all of that stuff is going to play a role in whether you make more or less money. And if I had haggling on and we were, dinking around with haggling, I probably could have made a bigger discrepancy here, a bigger difference here. But let's take a look at the other cars. Market values at purchase for these cars: $51,540, $98,690, $11,220, and then $82,110. That equals a grand total market value of $34,453. So we spent roughly the same amount of money, but we got a higher market value out of that money by spreading it out over other cars. Notice the difference in market value from the high-end car that we got for that and these. Again, that's very variable, right? It's about what these people are listing it for, and all these guys are different. So I'm trying to sort of like parse through this stuff and sort of say, hey, look, this is the stuff you should ignore. This is the stuff you shouldn't ignore. It's kind of where I'm looking at, because there's a lot of stuff here that's variable and noise. And that's one of them, right? The fact that we got more market value for our purchase on the 4 vehicles versus the 1, okay? Because that's very situational. But the increase in market value that we can actually implement into the car, that's a different story, right? So market values at the sale of these cars: $84,555, $14,360, $12,935, and $16,697. That equals a total of $52,447, which is a difference of just a hair under $18,000. Okay? Grand total parts put into those cars, $2,500. So we put less parts into those cheaper vehicles. Overall, value-wise, we put less parts into them, and we ended up making $1,500 more money for that. Again, kind of variable, all over the place. It could be, depending on how you haggle it, you could be one way or the other. I'm just showing exactly how it went down with me with no haggle, okay? And by the way, the haggle has nothing to do with market value. Okay, that's why we're ignoring it. So the one person, for example, that paid me the full sticker of $22K, that is more likely to happen to you if you split your money, if you diversify your investments, right? It's more likely to happen to you if you do that. You could go 1 car, not going to get sticker price. 1 car, not going to get sticker price. 1 car, not going to get sticker price. And then you whip out 4 cars. 1 of them gets you sticker price. 4 cars, none of them. 4 cars, 1 of them, right? That kind of thing can happen. But overall, how this test turned out, we made an extra $1,500 overall. Did it cost me more time as a player? I mean, look, if you're not looking for the time up in the upper left corner, right? If you're like trying not to, like right now, I'm actually stalling time. I probably should pause it, but whatever. I'm trying to do this and unlock everything in the dealership by a certain day in game. When you have that as part of your goal, this is why I don't do challenge runs, because like you do challenge runs and people just, they forget these little things, right? They just like, they judge my actions without understanding the full scope of the challenge. I want to get something by a certain day in game. Making more money per in-game day is more important to me than making more money with my playing time, okay? Because yes, you could just sleep on the couch and done. Absolutely. I just, not doing it. Is it worth that extra bit of grind and all the mechanic work and all those other stuff to make an extra $1,500? Probably not, right? It's probably not worth it to most players, almost everybody, right? But if you're on a crunch, if you're on a timer where you want to get the most out of your money there, but maybe, right? Maybe it's worth it. Now that I have $100,000, we can target higher end cars and have more of them and spend more of our time on the higher end stuff. Yes, absolutely. that is the thing you could do. 100%. I was also told, there's somebody in the comments, I don't know who it is, I forget, but somebody's like, this car on the side of the road, is that yours? Is yours? No, I don't own a car on the side of the road. None of the cars on the side of the road are mine. Okay, that's it. The Dolly is the only thing that's mine. Okay, I just showed you the list of cars. There you go. Okay, so, and then you might think, okay, what about the parts cost, right? We talked about that too. What about parts cost? Electric bills. Oh my gosh, there's lots, right? Well, electric bills, on a full day running, I made sure Sunday was a full day. Okay, this is nonstop. I was very punctual with it. When it ended, I swapped the parts as fast as I could, popped them in, and did it again. There was maybe an hour and a half total in-game time where it wasn't running. I suspect if you ran it nonstop, completely nonstop, it would be about $3,000 a day. But that $3,000 a day is going to allow you to refurbish hundreds of parts because you're doing 10 at a time, and you can run this thing 10 times a day. You can do that. Just swap out, and then that's the swap right there. Go. And then while you do it, then you pop this in, you get 10 more parts ready. Whatever you want to do, you get 10 more parts ready in your inventory, right? Like that. And the game is smart enough to where when you tell it to pull inventory from here, it pulls everything, all the good parts. And when you tell them to put everything back in, it only does the damaged stuff, like you just saw. So that's the game plan to keep this running on nonstop. And if you do this nonstop, it's $3,000. But the point is, it's not a complete waste of time. That's where I was going with this the whole time. It's not a complete waste of time to look at, especially when you don't have enough money to fully fill your lot with these premium cars. Obviously, if you can do that, then do that, right? But if you don't have that kind of money and you're looking for poor condition vehicles that you can actually do something with, all right, hopefully that demonstration has led you to go, well, he has a point. And not, oh, he's full of shit. I'm trying to be as open about this as possible. I'm trying to just lay it all out and how I see it. But we can always test the way I see it. And if the way I'm testing it or the way I see it isn't correct, then you can just tell that as happening right there on the screen. You can see, oh, see, he was wrong, and just go with it, right? Okay, he's wrong, and now we know, right? You can do that. So I'm going to go through now. I'm going to find vehicles that are drivable. I need at least one car that's drivable, and I'm going to take this Thunder right here. It's so far away, though, but it's okay. We're going to grab that one, and I think I want to grab... I think I'll grab this one, too. Is it closer? Yes. Okay. I got a whole bunch of cars queued up, you'll notice, because I got a whole bunch of money. So I'm going to go and get that Adente, and I'm going to buy all these cars and bring them back to this lot now, so that I have a whole bunch of different vehicles, a variety of vehicles that can be fixed up. One last note about this is you might say, well, it's not worth a player's time to go through all that with 3 cars and only make $1,500 more. Okay, now think about it this way. Ready? You have employees doing it for you. You're going to pay them the same amount every day that they work. Do you want them to, do you want 100% of their wages to be concentrated on the cost of one vehicle? Or do you want to spread out the cost of their wages among 10 vehicles? Because that's essentially what we're doing. It becomes even cheaper to cycle through more volume when you have employees. That's the whole meaning of scale. So keep that in mind as well, because that's a thing to consider too. This car is worth $10,837. And they want it for $8. I mean, that's a freaking good deal for me, I think. This is the Adente. This one drives a lot better than the Largo. This is a much better car than the Largo. At least it knows how to turn. It has some turning ability. And that is the only thing I require to be my tow car right now. So we're going to go get more cars. Now, the other thing I'm testing out right here, right, is I have a whole bunch of cars that I want to go get. And in the late game... This whole video, as you can tell, is kind of like a response to repetitive comments, okay? This whole thing with trying to get a bunch of cars. A lot of people are saying, well, the tow truck, it takes too long. I don't like the tow truck. I'd rather just tow it with the trailer. And that's cool. That's fine. But I'm here to show you it takes way longer to do that than the tow truck, because the tow truck allows you to go to a specific section, grab both of them and bring them back instead of having to grab one, come back, go and get the other one, come back. That extra time for the ramp to come down and hooking up the hook, it's worth it, all right? So like a lot of extra time is going to be spent here in grabbing these cars. These two, this is not drivable. 19895. 19895. It's pretty good. We can take that. Thank you very much. We are going to need that trailer to turn quick. Got it. Yeah, you didn't even... I mean, I don't have any lights or beep beeps. I get it. It's fine. You're not going to react to me. And I'm also a small car trying to pull a bigger van, but, you know, is what it is. This thing I like about the tow truck, right? You 2 cars at a time. So, like, look at the locations of my pending orders, right? They're right next to each other. Both of them. Both areas are, like, right next to each other. But I have to make multiple trips over and over again. I can't do them like 2 cars at a time. Tow truck is enormously helpful for stuff like that. And I'm totally going to get it after I get all of these and sell all of these. Then I'll have the capital to really ramp things up from there. But I have a lot of work to do on these cars overnight and everything. So, but I want to make sure that I do all the deals with you. Maybe that's the best way to go about it. Maybe the best way to do this in this particular case with a video is to go around. And I know there's going to be one person that still hasn't gotten the hint. So let me just explain it to you. I'm not using reset. Okay. I don't do that. I mean, if I was playing myself, wasn't making a series, didn't have a challenge run, you know, no audience whatsoever, just casually playing, then like maybe, sure, like whatever. If it's annoying to go and get them, then absolutely, I don't care. But I that's not the case for me. That's not what's happening here with me, right? So I don't hit reset. I go out and get the cars. That's how we do it. Play the game. Play the game, monkey. This time the monkey is responding not to the game's features, but to you. Hopefully you're okay with that. A lot of people can't really take that, but hopefully you're okay with that. 21,329. That's... I mean, I'm basically paying the same. I'm basically paying market value for that one. Right. So what I have now is a bit of a mix. Now, if I had the tow truck, I'd grab that one right there. But I can't. I have to go all the way back to the dealership, drop this off, and then go all the way back over here to do it again. Right? Yuck. No fun. This is way more time. Way more time than using the tow truck. And of course, if you have drivable cars, that's a little different. Of course, if you want to hit reset, then obviously that's different. But if you have to go get the cars and they're not drivable, tow truck is the king. There is no compromise. There is no compromise? No. There's no comparison. There's no... I guess we're making a comparison right now. You know, maybe English and I, we're having a fight today. Okay, English and I, right? My fingers can't type. My mouth can't speak. You know, we're just a little bit of a spat. Okay, happens sometimes. We're gonna work it out. All right, we're gonna have a gentleman's duel one of these days, and we'll figure it out, the two of us. In the meantime, though, I still have $58,482, and I'm gonna have enough money for more cars after this. Let's get somebody to buff out the rust on these cars. I can spend my time in the mechanic shop. Let's get some other stuff going, right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure the parts machine is done right now, so it's just sitting there doing nothing. Which, you know, at least brings down my electric bill. But way cheaper to refurbish parts than it is to buy new ones. I don't know where... It's only been one person, and it combined 2 playlists. Only one person has made the notion that I'm wasting my time by refurbishing and I should just buy new parts. It's like... How, math, people, math. It's right there, guys. Math. Okay. 15,115. 15,115. Thank you. Yeah. For such a good deal. I sometimes forget what the listing price is. Especially when I queue up a whole bunch of them, I forget what the listing price is on these things. And a lot of people have said you don't have to show every deal because we trust you, but like, not everyone does, all right? There are going to be some out there who are maybe new. They don't know me, right? They don't know who I am. They don't know. They don't know me, right? And they're gonna say, "Oh, wait a minute. No. See, he's skipping things. Where did he get that car? How do I know he didn't haggle that?" So that's why I'm showing every car. You know, it's for me. I have to do it anyway. You know, it's not like it's taking more time for me. It's not harder to make videos this way, okay? If anything, it's easier because I don't have to edit it. It's so much easier when you don't lie. You don't have to edit. You just show it the way it was in the moment, the way it was, you know? See, when I make cuts like that, like just now, you're like thinking, what did he do? What did he do? Did he do something nefarious in the cut? Is that why? Be paranoid. Be very paranoid. Tell you what I'll do. I'll go like this. And then I'll talk to this person. You're wondering, why would he do that? Why would he do the thing with the trailer? You'll find out. All right, 19953. Ooh. That's a really good deal for me. Thank you so much. All right, now I get to hook it up. I just wanted to do it like old-fashioned. Like old times, right? The manual unhook and hook. Just to try. I mean, on this point, I'm kind of like in a troll mode, right? Because I'll be completely honest with you guys, all right? I'm always completely honest with you, okay? I actually did not know. I was fairly confident, but I didn't know that our little science experiment at the beginning of this video was going to go in my favor. Because when I saw the market value of that car, that premium car, when I saw it up in the 50s, I went, oh. Like my brain went, that's higher than I expected it to jump. So I wasn't sure, but we'd be damned if we didn't pull it in victory mode right there. 10,767. I bought that one over there already. Yeah. So that means I have $17,000 left in all this inventory.
Yeah. Woohoo.
There, just for you guys. Back it up, take it, and bring it back to the shop. That's what I probably should have done, though. To make this video shorter on the deals, how about just drive around and just do all the deals. And then I can cut to the part where I've got them all pulled into the lot and, you know, working on them and stuff. All of these are not drivable, so it's kind of like you have to go pick them up. Oh, unless you hit the reset button. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. I'm just being silly at this point, you know? Now I'm just kind of like almost being to the point where I'm annoying, right? Am I annoying you now? You probably, honestly, probably a third of you have already clicked away. Probably a thing. Some people get my sarcasm. They can hear it. Like I have a smile on my face right now. I'm not in a bad mood at all. I'm actually having a great day. But some people will be like, man, he's pissy. Why is he complaining? Why is he belittling people? He's such a jerk. This guy's an asshole. I'm unsubscribing. I don't know, man. I grew up in the 90s. We just, you know, we just behaved differently in the 90s, you know? Just weren't quite so cancel heavy. I will be right back. I'm actually going to get another car here real quick. Let's try one more time here. I'm going to go poor condition because, of course. Oh, I don't have quite enough money for that one. Let's try this one. This treated van. It's kind of far away, but you know what? I've got the trailer. Let's go do it. We'll go ahead and go get that van way over there, okay? 540 meters away. All right, we're way out here. Tell you what, I want to make it up to you, okay? If any of you guys have been, you know, thinking, hey man, he's kind of annoying today. I don't like this video. All right, if that's you today, I'm gonna make it up to you. You ready? Okay, you ready? Just in the comments, just say, deal me in. Or how about this? How about deal me in seems like a really weird statement. And that's like we're playing cards or something. How about we do this? I want you to leave. That's a deal. How about that? You can just comment, that's a deal, in the comments. And I will give away a key to this game for free to one person in the comments of this video who says that's a deal. And we'll give it away in 72 hours. Okay. There you go. 72 hours from the day this posts. which will be, I guess, the 17th of June, which is tomorrow for me. That'll be when it posts. Okay, so we'll say that on the 20th of June, we will give away a key to Car Dealer Simulator. All right, to somebody who says that's a deal in the comments there. I'm giving back to my community who has put up with me for, I don't even know how long right now. It's however long this video is right now. You've put up with me for that long. And I want to say thank you. And the only way I know how to say thank you is, you know, to actually say thank you. But that's not good enough sometimes. Sometimes you want to be really expressive, like giving flowers to your wife or something, right? So in this case, you know, I'm not giving away flowers. I'm giving away something, in my opinion, that is much more valuable, and that is a Steam key to a video game. Okay. Steam keys are forever. Well, okay, until they're not. I mean, you don't really own them, right? We don't really own our games. Isn't that how that works? But they're for sure they're going to last longer than flowers. Okay, I'm pretty confident they're going to last longer than flowers. Although they may not smell as good. I think if you're somebody who really likes the smell, then maybe that's a little bit different. But